Hi guys, Puff and Snuff here checking in um, after another long absence. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But if anyone had a chance to see any of my older videos before they went the way of the buffalo, you know that I'm usually a pipe guy. Occasionally smoke a cigar, especially in the summer weather. Um, but I've always been the last probably 3 years I've done snuff as well, just a little bit. But the last 4 or 5 months I've been doing a lot of snuff. It's almost become my tobacco product of choice. Still do a lot of pipe smoking, but I'm always taking a pinch of something. So I'm gonna do a snuff review here later and kind of talk about the snuff world. Um, but for now, just a mea culpa and why I suck. I absolutely suck at YouTube. Um, I started as a pipe presenter 2 summers ago, so 2.5 years ago. Um, and I was having fun with it. I did 15, 20 videos, something like that. Made some friends, got out there in the community, the YouTube community. Then I went on a job hunt. And so I went to take them down temporarily while I did that. Just, it's bullshit, but that's the world we live in. I'm talking about tobacco. I'm looking for work. Insurance is what it is. No sense making it harder than yourself, right? Well, in my brilliance, I didn't just take them down. I took them down, deleted them, and eradicated them from all history. So I started over. Started over last summer. I did a video. Decided one summer morning I was going to get back into it. I'd always enjoyed it. I had the time. I thought I'd jump back in. So I did with great plans to do reviews and comments and updates galore. And of course, that fell apart because I'm a lazy bastard. So here we are now in February, probably 8 months later, 9 months later. I am not on the sunny, breezy back deck enjoying a pipe. I'm looking out my window at 18 degrees and about 300 feet of snow piled up. I'm up in the greater Cleveland area, so we get that lake effect garbage come blowing through here every winter. So a little different scene, but this is excellent weather for snuffing. Um, so I am back. Hopefully I am back for real this time. Hopefully I don't destroy my entire video catalog again. Um, but given that I've got a pretty good track record of sucking at doing this, I'm not going to make any promises. Um, so enough of that, onto the snuff. If anyone out there isn't a snuff person, all snuff is it's finely pulverized, ground, milled tobacco that you know, pinch into your nostrils and keep it nasally here, and you absorb the nicotine through the mucous membranes in your nose. It's not like doing lines of coke. You're not aiming to suck it all the way up into the sinuses, and that's unpleasant at the best of times with snuff. But done correctly, snuff can be every bit as pleasurable as pipes and cigars or whatever your hobby of choice is. Um, Over the last couple of years, I think I've done a little bit of everything. For the snuff guys, I'm finding that I'm not terribly interested in anything mentholated, even lightly mentholated. Um, even good quality, good scented plus menthol snuffs. To me, it's always like sticking a tube of Vicks up your nose, and I can't get around it. So I avoid those. Otherwise, you know, toasts, scotches, medium moist has always, anything really ranging from American scotches to the dry toasts to, kind of the Sam Gawith that which tends to be a little moister if you get into like their Kendall lines. I'm kind of in love with the Viking line of snuffs these days. I'd probably kill a man over a tin of Viking Dark. But in my most recent order from Mr. Snuff, I thought I would get into schmaltzers. I've never had a schmaltzer until this week. I was expecting schmaltzer. German schmaltz is fat, so it's a fatted tobacco. It's an oiled tobacco, and I was expecting it to have an oilier nose feel here, almost kind of expecting a Vaseline kind of sensation, which is not the case. I actually can't. It doesn't feel any different to me than a super moist snuff, which makes it insanely easy to take. So I have been snuffing at an alarming rate this from Bernard. the Brasil, whatever, Doppelt-Fermentiert, and my German's not that great, but Doppelt is going to be double or twice, and Fermentiert is going to be obviously fermented. So this is the, see if that'll focus. Yeah, there's some glare there, but it's an old guy taking a pinch of the, and this camera sucks. It still sucks. You know, I have got the smartphone. Takes great video quality, but for whatever reason it cuts off after like 5 minutes. So this is actually my second time doing this video. Got 5 minutes in, and this thing shut down on me. So I had to figure out a workaround on that. In the meantime, you can get this shitty 3-year-old webcam that's not really worth its weight. At any rate, it's the Bernard Schmaltzer Brasil Doppelt-Fermentiert, so double fermented. Like I said, I've been taking this rapid fire, absolute rapid fire. It is incredibly easy to take. It does not clog. In fact, it is the exact opposite of clogging. It loosens everything up. It clears out stuff in there you didn't know you had. And it's delicious. So let's do a pinch here and we'll talk about it. With this, and you won't be able to see this, but it is in a, yeah, maybe you will. It's in a tap box with this little slide jobby here, and you slide it back, and you're left with a little, dispenser hole here. And I hated when I got this. Was not thrilled because I hate these tap boxes. Until now, previously my tap box experience had been with the 10-gram Sam Gawith line, and of course they get dry and they get stale, and I've had a couple really good Sam Gawith scents that I bought in the 25-gram tin and thought, well, let me buy it in the 10-gram tin, take the tap boxes, easier to take around, and not worth it. It's like, ugh, pointless, awful things. But this, because it is so moist and because it is so coarse, it is perfect for dispensing. It's so moist it's not going to dry the thing out. And it really is handy. So for the German snuffs, for the schmaltzer style snuffs, perfect little tap boxes. So anyway, we'll take a pinch. And when I say pinch, I mean a pinch of this stuff is almost the size of a softball. And it's perfect for the boxcar method. I think that if you took this too much off your hands, or if you tried to open this box and actually pinch the thing, I think your hands probably would get a little oily and greasy and gritty and not too pleasant. But perfect for boxcar right off the nail. So that is a pinch for me, okay, of this stuff. Now this is probably, in my world, if this were more of a medium moist, medium grind, or a drier, finer grind, this is probably 2 to 2.5 pinches per nostril on my thumb right now. This is 1 pinch for 1 nostril of this stuff. So let's get it up in there. We'll load up for round 2. Round 2. And a little cleanup. And yes, I'm using paper towels. I've been snuffing for 3 years, and as heavily as I've snuffed the last couple of months, you'd think at some point I would invest in handkerchiefs, and I plan to. I haven't done it yet. So, killing trees. So in the nose, it's a very complex snuff. Actually, I didn't think it would be, but it is. There's a lot going on there. The first is a chocolate. It's definitely got a cocoa sense to it. It's got it's very sweet. There's a honeyed chocolate over dark fruit. So you're gonna get, without too much work, you're gonna get dates, figs, honey, chocolate. Something vaguely mapley about it. I don't know that it's an actual maple scent in there so much as it's the way the dark fruit and that kind of honey sweetness hit each other. It gives a mapliness to it. Something slightly nutty, not in that it's got a hazelnut or almond or walnut scent, but again, I think it's just the just the way everything comes together, there's a certain nuttiness to it. This is black coffee. And this is actually some highfalutin imported Finnish coffee. You know, where I live, there's a lot of Finns, a lot of Swedes. And so there's a couple specialty shops, you know, culturally driven specialty shops. I'll tell you what, the coffee coming that they're importing is light years better than even the best coffee, you know, that I found domestically. Even, you know, the small, you know, what are they called? They're not breweries, that's beer. Whatever, the small coffee houses, you know, that kind of source their own bit. This is light years above and beyond. It's very full, never bitter. Good stuff. If you ever get a chance to get some European, especially probably some Scandinavian coffees in, it's worth it's worth the added cost if you're a coffee guy. And you're going to want something to drink with this. Preferably, I would think something hot. There's something vaguely herbaceous in there as well. You know, I don't. It's not like I can smell hippies, but there's something vaguely patchouli or incensey about it, which might just be the fermented tobacco that starts to come out as some of the scent slips away and that herbaceousness comes out. It might just be the tobacco under there, but it is. There's a hidden layer under there that's really fantastic stuff. But it is a schmaltzer, and the reputation, it lives up to the schmaltzer reputation of being a drip factory. It liquefies in your nose within just a minute or two. The front drip is not too copious. I'll probably have to blow my nose here in about 5 minutes or so. But the back drip does start, and it starts almost immediately. I'm going to load up another half a pinch while I'm talking here. The drip isn't the least pleasant drip I've had. It's not super bitter, super stingy, but you know, it's not exactly delicious either. And there is a lot of it, so be prepared for that. Like I said, this seems to just liquefy everything that's in your nose almost on contact. And to that end, it does, you know, go a long way to clearing you out. Again, I'm not a menthol guy, like I said. I know a lot of guys, if they have a bit of a head cold, they'll use the menthol to help open things out. I would imagine this does just as well, if not better. And it's well worth the time. Packaging is great. The dispenser is great. The scent is out of this world. You know, for me, easily this is an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It's probably not an all-day snuff, only because, you know, if you're at work, you're going to be a mess if you're taking this. If you're doing anything, you work with your hands. If you're on a keyboard, if you know you're in a wood shop, you're sitting there tooling around on the Xbox, whatever, that your hands are busy, you're going to need a free hand for a tissue. But definitely sitting around the house, relaxing, probably a very good evening stuff. I would imagine, looking outside, this is probably much better this time of year. It might be a little too, you know, I think if it was really hot outside, the sweetness might almost be cloying. Not the case right now. So I could see this being a seasonal kind of a dessert treat snuff. You know, of course, for me, like I said, I am pretty sure I opened this Monday. Today's Saturday. I opened this Monday. I do not expect this to last me through the weekend. So it's surely been an all day, every day, nonstop, drop what you're doing and take a pinch kind of stuff for me. But very good. 9 out of 10, I would say. Yeah, so that's it. So my grand re-entry back to YouTube. We've got a snuff review. We've got a rambling about European coffee. And why get another thing that Europe is doing better than we are here. So that's all I got for today. So I'll go ahead and sign off. Hopefully, I'll be back around. And we're getting a little bit of that run going. Hopefully I'll be back sooner rather than later. I do not plan on waiting 8 months before my next video. I did, real quick, I did just get in the order, the Mr. Snuff order that the schmaltzer came in. There's another schmaltzer in there. There's 3 or 4 other scents I've never tried in there. Plus, I got some of the old favorites. Obviously, this is my first Snuff review ever, so I got plenty of review fodder loaded up in the Snuff fridge downstairs. Plus, I just put an order in my first artisanal, whatever. Highfalutin Snuff from Chef Daniel Richard at Old Mill. I got 8 tins of 12-ish grams each coming my way. I hope to have that by the end of the coming week or early the week after. So that'll be, plenty of Snuffs coming in, plenty of reasons to get my ass off the couch and into the computer chair and do some reviews for you. Great pipe weather. This is great Latakia weather if you're an English smoker. I smoke it all year round, but it's when it's snowing and blowing and so freezing you don't even want to look outside. Perfect weather for those English blends too. So big plans, big plans. Let's see if they fall apart on us again or if we can stick to something. So with that, I'm going to scoot. Highly recommend this for anybody looking for a moist Snuff. That's super easy to take and just a real treat to have in your nose. So I'll keep my eye out for any comments. Otherwise, guys, take it easy. We'll see you later.